now it is time to talk about menstruation. Strange fucking light in here. I look like I'm fake tanning or something. Okay, so periods. What do I have to say about this? Why don't I start out with my own experience, because that's basically all I know. I get a lot of pain when I get my period. So I usually have pain for about 24 hours. This time it was not as bad as it usually is, but I was also really on top of taking my painkillers early enough so that the pain wouldn't hit me like in the middle of the night, for example. I took 2 painkillers. That all lasted, and then this morning I woke up with quite a lot of pain though, and then I took another 2 painkillers and I was sorted. So easy this time actually. I have had times where, fuck, I had so much pain, I didn't know what to do with myself. I would be taking painkillers and they just wouldn't really do very much, or only after I was taking way too many, and so that kind of destroyed, I think, my liver a little bit. So what happened was I would take more and more painkillers, but the pain over time, it would actually get worse, so I'd had to take more painkillers. So what I did about almost 2 years ago, when I was living in Bali, I went to an acupuncturist and I said, hey dude, help me out here. My period pain's getting worse. I can't be taking any more painkillers, and what can I do? So he did acupuncture on me and gave me some Chinese herbal tablets and whatnot. And so I did that, and that already made it a bit better. And then he recommended doing like a little detox. So I did a juice detox, a juice fast for a week with green juices. And that was awesome. I did also a liver flush, which I'm not gonna go into too much detail about it. It's a little bit disgusting, but anyway, that was pretty good. And so I kind of got on top of my period pain, and then I went to this healer in Bali as well, regularly, like once or twice a week. And that was pretty cool. So it really got much better, much better. And the cool thing is, actually, because of my period, so because I started doing all this juice detoxing and all these things, that's when I really kind of discovered health and like what's a healthy diet, and it just kind of one thing led to the other. And yeah, it was kind of like a Kickstarter into my healthy lifestyle, I have to say. Because before that, I mean, yeah, I was a vegan, had been for a few months, but not really into super healthy stuff. And before that, I was a relatively normal, average vegetarian. I didn't really know much about healthy diet and clean eating and doshas and Ayurvedic diets and fasting and all these things. So anyway, and then I did another water fast. And that also really helped with cleansing my liver and my period pain. So yeah, it's definitely much better than it used to be a couple of years ago. But it kind of goes up and down a bit. So I'm at a point where I'm like, well, I still got the pain. It's not excruciating, but it's not amazing, and I'm not sure. I wonder if there's something I'm not getting that I just haven't picked up on yet, and I'm guessing it's probably psychosomatic. I mean, this is the only way I can explain the pain by now, because I have a pretty healthy diet. Yeah, I drink coffee, but not as much as I used to. And when I didn't drink coffee for 6 months, it wasn't better. It could be the sugar, because I kind of do like sugar. But other than that, I actually really think it's not a lifestyle issue. I think it's in here. So we'll see what happens with that. Apart from the pain, actually, what annoys me way more is the PMS. Because I get very depressed before I get my period. Sometimes it starts when I ovulate, so already like 2 weeks before. It's super annoying. And I can just feel how my hormone level or whatever happens in my body, my serotonin level goes down, and then I just get super depressed. And sometimes it's only a few days before I get my period, but sometimes like this time, I feel like I've been PMSing for months. I mean, it feels forever, but it's probably been about 2 weeks since I ovulated. And so I take 5-HTP. It's natural serotonin. It's from an African bean. So it's all natural. And it really helps me to offset my mood swings, and because otherwise I would just be crying. And so, and even though, so I take these every day, and they really, really help, because they just, they raise my serotonin levels, and I generally think that I have inherently lower serotonin levels than maybe the average human being. So that helps. But even though, like, obviously the day before or the day when I get my period, and the second day, like today, I'm just like, I mean, just above and beyond emotionally. And so I feel so much better. I feel like I'm myself again now that I'm on my second day. I can think clearly. I don't need to cry like that. So it's gonna be interesting when I edit the video from yesterday, which I haven't done yet, and seeing how I was just PMSing. You know, I should tell myself, Connie, don't take yourself so seriously in those moments when I get super emotional or super depressed or whatever, when I'm PMSing. But in that moment, it just feels so real. And so it's only when I come off and when my hormones just kind of, you know, switch, that I can then look back and be like, oh yeah, it was all just because I was PMSing. So those are like my main issues, is PMSing and the pain. And also, I mean, I get sugar cravings, or generally I just want to eat a lot more before I get my period, definitely. But that's also much better with the 5-HTP. So I can really recommend 5-HTP from my own personal experience. But if you read in the forums online, I mean, there's people who have all sorts of experiences. It really helps me, and that's all that matters. So that's period. Oh, and I'm sure I'll get this question if I use a moon cup. I don't use a moon cup. I own a moon cup, and I've been taking it around the world probably 5 times, and I have not yet used it. I always plan on using it, and then I don't, because it's just, when you're used to using tampons, and I know that people who love moon cups, they swear by it and they would never go back to using tampons. But yeah, it'll come, the day will come, and then I'll use a moon cup and see how I go, and maybe I'll love it just as much as everybody else does. We'll see. I'm just really lucky, I think, that I'm self-employed. I can work when I want to and just not work when I feel like it. So, you know, I'm just really lucky that when I do get my period, I can give my body a break and just not do anything, and just hang out, rest, sleep, eat whatever I want. And because if I had to go to work into an office or whatever, I couldn't do it. And I remember in Bali, for example, the women there, I mean, they don't work, or a lot of the Balinese women, they just don't work when they get their period on like the first or second day. It's just super normal. But in our cultures, you know, women need to function like men, and so when you have your period, you gotta work and you gotta do, you know, what men do, but they don't get their fucking period. So I feel like every woman, when she gets her period for like at least a day or 2, should just rest and take it super easy, and like honor her body and take a bath and like really indulge in self-love and self-care. And so yeah, that's what I really try to do. Just be really gentle with myself. And when I need to cry, I need to cry. So I cried a lot yesterday and this morning, but now it's out and I'm back to normal. So let's just honor having our periods, because I don't think we do that enough. I mean, it's quite a sacred thing, you know, and I mean, I could go on, and there's many books about our cycles and our menstruation and all these things, and I don't know much about it at all. I do have books about the female cycle and, you know, menstruation and stuff on my Kindle. I just never get around reading it, and then I end up with fucking business books and codependency and bullshit. But yeah, definitely something I'd like to look more into and read more about, because it's funny how, you know, we deal with getting our periods every fucking month, but how much do we actually know about it? And, you know, yeah, So the next book I'm gonna read, once I'm finished with the one I'm reading now, it's gonna be called, I forgot what the name is. I'll figure it out and let you know, but there's a couple of really good books on the female cycle. And okay, enough for today. I am going to meet my friend from Berlin, a different friend, not the one from this afternoon, different friend, Vanessa, who's in town right now. And we're gonna go to a gay bar and check out the gays in town. So that'll be in West Hollywood, I was told. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching, guys. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it. If you like me talking about bleeding. Leave me a comment what your experiences are with your period. Okay, bye.